Hey everyone, Jay here from the Minecraft Alliance and welcome back to another episode of reviewing the whole lot, guys. And in today's episode, I'm back to be reviewing some more books. Let's take a look, shall we? But first, roll the intro. Welcome back, guys, as I said, to another episode of Reviewing the Whole Lot. Today we're going to be reviewing Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the book. And I have the newer book here and I have the older book. And before I start, as per usual, I'm going to do a cover comparison. Now, the weird thing about this book is they're basically showing the exact same thing, but illustrated by different artists. This one, for example, is illustrated by, it does say, Jason Crockford. And this one is by Johnny Duddle. They're basically illustrating the same thing, but which one is better, in my opinion? That is an interesting question. Personally, I think this one. I think the art style is a lot better, because one of my least favourite parts about this cover is just this random green patch here. It's just like, oh, they put it on the green background, and then they just run a green patch here. But here, in this one, you can actually see the infrared and the thing that the pensives, the thing that the potion's in turns Voldemort mad. Oh yeah, Voldemort. Dumbledore mad, not Voldemort. And you got like all sorts. And I also love the text, and it actually sticks out the page. Not this bit. Well, that bit does feel interesting. This bit actually is slightly sticking out the page. How many pages is it in this book? In the newer version, it is. To confirm, it is 542 pages, and in the older version of the book, it is slightly longer than that. It's 607 pages exactly, because the final line is there. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to talk about the book, and as per usual, we're going to spend 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes, talking about the book. Now this time, instead of just purely relying on my phone and what time we are on the recording, I'm going to use my computer to pull up Audacity, or a sound recording random program, and I'm going to use it to time it. I'm using Audacity purely because that's the best thing I can think of that has timing on it. If it doesn't have a timer on it, I can just record for 5 minutes, even though nothing's actually recording because my microphone on this laptop is rubbish. Anyway, my 5 minutes to talk about Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the book, and my opinions on it, starts now. Okay then, so where do we get started? Well, this book was really the big stab in the chest that I think Rowling wanted it to be, with the death of Dumbledore at the end again, spoiler alert. Now, obviously in this book, I'm going to use this one for reference, Dumbledore dies, and this was something that, well, Snape kills Dumbledore, and this is something that a lot of readers had spoiled for them, because if you haven't seen, there's some videos going around, or there was some videos going around on YouTube, of people at bookstores, when the book first came out, shouting to people buying the book that Snape killed Dumbledore. So, some people had it spoiled for them. But in my opinion, that didn't spoil it for me, because I didn't buy the midnight release. I love this book. I do. It's not my favourite. I can't actually remember what my favourite is, and while I'm talking, I'm going to try and pull up my favourites. It's over here, for heaven's sake. But yeah, for me, this book was amazing. Because if you take out what happens in Deathly Hallows, just forget that from your mind, you don't know what to think by the time this book finishes, because you're thinking, oh, Dumbledore's dead, and you think Snape's betrayed him, which he basically has. But you're like, oh my god, oh whoa, okay. Didn't realise this book was there on my list. I'm not saying where it is, but I didn't realise this book was so low. I just said it by what. Alright, yeah. You think Snape's betrayed him, you're like, oh my god. You hate Snape. But the interesting thing is, Rowling knows what she's doing, because if you read the book, where is it, where Snape actually kills Dumbledore? It's on page 495. But somebody else had spoken Snape's name quite softly. The sound frightened Harry beyond anything he experienced all evening. For the first time, Dumbledore was pleading. Snape said nothing, but walked forwards and pushed Malfoy out of the way. The three Death Eaters fell back without a word. Even the werewolf seemed cowed. Snape gazed at Dumbledore, and there was revulsion and hatred etched in the harsh lines of his face. "Severus, please." Snape raised his wand and pointed directly at Dumbledore. Avada Kedavra. Now, the interesting thing is that you, as a reader, when you're first reading this book and you haven't read, and you're not reading Deathly Hallows, because Deathly Hallows obviously completely absolves this, but when you first read this book, you're thinking, oh my god, he's begging for Snape not to kill him. Does that mean that he knew Snape wasn't good all along, or does that mean he's shocked and he's begging him as a result? We know why he's so drained of energy, because he's just fought with the Amphitrite and with Harry in the cave. But we as a reader think that Snape has hatred in his face because he hates Dumbledore, which he does, but that's not why. And we also think that Dumbledore pleads with him because, because, what shall I call it? Because he doesn't want to be killed. And the interesting thing is, if you think about it, and think about all the backstory that's been established in Deathly Hallows, he's angry with Dumbledore because of what he's making him do. Dumbledore asks him, and again, spoiler alert if you haven't read book 7 either, spoiler alert, Dumbledore says he has to kill him, and he's angry with Dumbledore. He has an argument with him, which Hagrid overhears earlier in this book, which is funny, shown in this book, in the chapter The Prince's Tale, but, what was I saying? But yeah, he's not happy. He hates Dumbledore for what he's making him do. He knows he has to do it, because he has to save Draco from this torment that he's now going to put himself through. But he accepts that he's already a broken man, so he does a little bit more damage and tears his soul a little bit more. But Dumbledore doesn't want Draco to do that, so he has Snape to do it. And the pleas and the pleading, he's already weak, and he doesn't want anyone else to have to do it, so he's begging Snape to do it. Which for me, it's quite, when you think about it, it's quite sad, because you think that he knows that he can't go on anymore, so there's no way of him, you know what I mean, there's no way of him escaping this, so he's going to have to accept it, but he doesn't want Malfoy to kill him. And he even pretty much manages to talk Malfoy out of it before the other Death Eaters come up. Anyway, I've spent most of the 5 minutes talking about the final book, so I'm going to spend the last 15 seconds, I'm probably going to over slightly, talking about the book as a whole. I like it. I like the foreshadowing. I like how it's a bit more blatant in this book, and it's not like as Goblet of Fire was. It's a little bit more blatantly, it's Malfoy doing something, but the others don't believe him, because Harry's suspicious. They just don't believe Harry's suspicions. We're just past 5 minutes, but I'm going to talk a little bit more. The others don't believe Harry's suspicions. They think that he's being, you know what I mean? They think that he's suspecting Malfoy because he doesn't like him. And Malfoy, for me, the Half-Blood Prince was an interesting aspect. I like the Half-Blood Prince, but then when you learn it's Snape, you kind of a bit like, after what he does. But the Prince's Tale chapter and all the stuff in Deathly Hallows kind of clips I love. But I personally like the Half-Blood Prince's book. I'm going to refer to it as I'm not saying Snape's book, because in my opinion, Snape, that was, because it was when he was at school, wasn't it? So it's the Half-Blood Prince's book, not Snape's book. Because Snape is his surname, so. But anyway, what else is there? But yeah, all in all, for me, and I know this is quite a scarce book, it's hard to think of good things, but that's to say not to say there isn't good things. There are amazing things in this book. For example, I love all the backstory we get on Tom Riddle. But for me, it's hard to find a good points to mention. But in my opinion, there is good points, lots of them. But it's just hard for me to try and... Oh God, I just spat. It's just hard for me to try and think of all these good points, because it is kind of difficult. But anyway, guys, we're going to put these 2 books to one side, which basically means we're on episode 16 as we speak, doing Half-Blood Prince, the book. Next up, we've got Half-Blood Prince, the film, then Deathly Hallows, the book, then Deathly Hallows Part 1, the film, Part 2, for the second film. Then we've got Cursed Child, then the audiobooks, then Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and then finally we can get to my book, film and game reviews. I haven't watched Fantastic Beasts yet, so I need to watch that at some point. I'll probably watch it in the coming weeks. I'm right in the middle of my exams at the moment. I'm actually recording this on Saturday the 2nd of June. Mainly because I wanted to record a few of these videos this week, so I don't have this weekend, so I don't have to deal with them recording them over the exam when I'm actually doing exams. I am revising though, don't worry. I have got plenty more videos coming out for you guys this week. This video should be coming out. It should be coming out on Monday. There's 7 films left, 7 episodes left, bar Fantastic Beasts and the book, film and game rankings, which I'm separating from the series anyway, because I want to have, when Fantastic Beasts Part 2 comes out, I want to have that as episode 24. So, what I'm going to do, therefore, subsequently, it will still be put in the playlist, the book, film and game ranking. Every day this week, alongside the other videos, which you should know by now, I'm going to upload, I'm going to upload one of these videos, so check back tomorrow for my other video and this one, for Half-Blood Prince the film. Alright, bye guys.